All right, so good morning. This is Miss Soma again. So I'm here to talk about tax tip discount. But before going into the topic, let's start first with our benchmark percent using the same concept of ratio and proportion. All right, so let's see. If I have, let's do something easy. Let's do 80, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this 80. So my 80 is my 100%. Okay? So that means my whole, my total. So 80 is, let's just make it dollars. So $80 is my money. That's 100% of my money. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the 80 into 10 parts. So if I have my 80, okay, so I'm going to cut this into 10 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so if I'm going to divide my 80 into 10 parts, so the total here is 80, and that's my 100%. I'm going to cut this into 10 parts. So that means this is 8, 8, 8. Okay? And 10 eighths would give me 80. Then that means that my 8, if I'm going to cut my 80 into 10 parts, then I'm going to cut my 100% into 10 parts as well. So that means this is 10%. So each section is 10%. Okay? So from that drawing, what is 10% of 80? So 10% of 80 is equal to 8. Well, how about 20% of 80? Well, how much is 20%? That would be 2 of them. So that gives you 16. How about 30%? So that gives you 3 of them. So my 30% is going to be 24. Well, how about 25? Well, let's start first with 5%. How much do you think is 5%? Well, 5% would be half of this one section here. So what is half of 8? So that gives you 4. Now, what if I want 25%? So for my 25%, I can add on my 20% plus my 5%. How much was my 10%? My 20%? My 20% is 16. And my 5% is 4. So now, that gives me 20. So 25% of 80 is 20 because, 25% is a fourth of 80, which is also 20. All right, so let's try another one until you can see the pattern. Okay, so let's try with 75. All right, so in order for you to do percentage in your head, I always like to just divide it into 10 sections because then with 10 it's easy to cut it in half and then multiply it. Okay, so 10%. So with 75, I will divide my 75 into 10 parts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, now that means each section is 7.5. Okay, and that's your 10%. So in here, we're comparing number and percent. Okay, so our ratio here is a ratio between number and percent. So now, I want to have 20%. So what is 20% of 75? So that means 2 of these. So that means 15. Okay? And what is 30% of 75? So that means 3 of these. So 7.5 times 3. 7.5 times 3 of them. So that gives me 22.50. Okay? So now what if I want 25%? So let's have a 5% first. So 5% is half of our 10%. So 7.5 divided by 2. So 5% is 3.75. So how much is my 25%? So my 25% would be my 20% plus the 5%. Okay, so our 20% here is 15. And our 5% is 3.75. So 15 plus 3.75. So that's 18.75. Okay? So now let's look at some percent problem. So with tax, okay, so tax, before we move on to tax, let's look at some basic percentage problem real quick. All right, so let's say 9 is what percent of, let's say 54. Okay, so now remember we were talking about two kinds of numbers here. So before we were comparing between number and percent. So now let's look at our guide. So let's still create a table like what we did with ratio and proportion. So number and percent. Okay, so now 9 is what percent of 54? So which one do you think, which of these two numbers that we have here represents 100%? 100% is our total, okay? So 54 is our total. So 9 is what part of 54? What percent of 54 is 9? So 54 is our 100%. And I like to just stay consistent. I'll start with my 100%. So my 54 is my 100%. The 9 is another number. So we will put it here on top because that's your number. And we want to find out the percentage of that with respect to your 54. So this is X. So then you do your usual proportion. Or you can even do 54 divided by what? That will give you 9. 6, right? So you can also do 100 divided by 6. Or you could just do your cross multiplication. So that gives you 900 is equal to 54x divided by 54. Okay, so 900 divided by 54 is 16.67. This is repeating percent. All right, so let's try another one. 3 is what let's say 3 is 40% of what number? All right. Okay. 3 is the 40%. So we're saying 3 is the 40% of what number? So we'll put our guide, number over percent. So 3 is the 40%. So in other words, we don't know how much is our 100% because 3 is the 40%. Okay? So now we do 3 times 100. So 300 equals 40x. All right, then now we divide by 40. So we have 300 divided by 40 equals 7.5%. Okay? All right. Let's do another one. One more. So let's say 15 is what percent of 60? Okay. So 15 is, we don't know how much percent is 15 with respect to 60. So number over percent. All right. So do you know our total here? Yes, the total is 60. That's your 100%. And then 15 is we don't know how much percent. So the bottom number is are all percent. And then the top number, your numerator, are numbers. So we don't know that. So 15 times 100 is 1500 equals 60x divided by 60. Alright, so now 1500 divided by 60. So now you will get 25%. Okay, so now we're going to use this as we get into tax tip and discount. So for tax, it's something that is added to, you buy something and then a certain percentage will be added to your cost, and that's your tax. So this is added. And then the tip is added as well, because you buy something, and let's say you dine out with your family and then you give a tip, so you pay extra, so it's being added to your total amount. And then the discount, so we are always happy when we get a discount because we pay less, so therefore it is being subtracted from your total amount. All right, so I want to make a drawing here real quick about your tax, tip, and discount. All right, so if this is your total amount that you're supposed to pay, amount to be paid, okay? That tax is, this is your 100%. That's your amount to be paid. That tax is something extra that you are paying. Tax and the tip is something extra. Okay? And then your discount, if this is your total amount to be paid, this is your 100%. So this is amount to be paid. Your discount is this part right here. Then this is what you call your sale price. Okay? So your discount, so this is what you're supposed to be paying, and then we take away some value, some amount from it, which we call discount. The remaining amount is what you call sale price. All right, so again, we're going to be using the concept of ratio and proportion, and we're going to be comparing number here and percent. Okay, so I have here a problem. Okay, so it says a shoe store. Okay, hold on. This is kind of like. All right, I'm changing the problem here. A shoe store gave a discount. Okay, so okay, this is a different problem here. Oh, here, this is better. All right, so okay, so let's look at here. Dick's Sporting Goods is offering a 28% discount on sweaters. If the regular price of a sweater is it's $40, how much is your savings? All right, so again, Dick's Sporting Goods is offering a 28% discount on sweaters. If the regular price of a sweater is $40, how much is your savings? All right, so now let's make our table. Okay, number over percent. Do you know what is the amount, the regular price of the sweater? Well, the regular price of our sweater is $40. So that's what we were supposed to be paying. Okay? And that is your 100% because that's what you're supposed to pay. Now you are given a 28% discount. So since it is a percent, we'll put it where percent is. Okay? and this is x. Okay, so now let's do our 40 times 28 divided by 100. So your discount is $11.20. This, and I like you to always label it because sometimes you know the math, but then you're not answering the question. So $11.20 is your discount. That's how much you saved. So that's also your savings. So now your answer here would be letter A. However, if I change the question, instead of saying savings, I'm gonna say sale price. So remember our drawing here? So the sale price is after we take away your discount. So what we do is, we would have our $40 minus our discount or savings of $11.20. That would give me minus, so now 28.80. So this is my sale price. So this is what you're going to be paying to the store before tax is added onto it. So if we are shopping in Delaware, this is what, there's no tax there for whatever you buy. So this is what you would be paying. That's what you call sale price. Again, this is the original price. This is your discount or your savings. And then this would have been the sale price. Okay? Or the amount that you're paying to the store. Okay. So let's look at number 4. Kohl's is selling jeans at 15% off the regular price. The regular price is $45 per pair. What is the sale price? All right, so let's look at number over percent. Okay, so do we know our original price? That original price is our 100%. What is the original price? $45. So $45 is our original price. And then 15% discount. So 15%. And then that's X. I want to solve this both ways. I want to go into our benchmark percent and I want to do our cross multiplication. All right, so we can do 45 times 15. 45 times 15 is 675 divided by 100 equals 6.75. Again, what do we call this $6.75? This is your discount and also called savings. Okay? Now, but the question is, how much is the sale price? So what we do is, going back to here, the original price minus your discount, you get your sale price. So let's subtract our discount. So 45 minus 675. So 45 minus 6.7, and 45 minus 6.75 is 38.25. So your sale price is $38.25. Okay, so now let's try some tip here. All right, so let's do a tip problem. So let's just say you ate at a restaurant and, oh, I was going to do a benchmark percent here. All right, so let's do a benchmark percent of 45. So 10% is equal to, divide the 45 by into 10 parts. So $4.50. And then we need a 5%, so half of $4.50. That would give me $2.25. So now if I would need a 15%, so that gives me $6.75. So whichever method is resonating with you. All right, so now let's try a tip problem here. So let's say you ate at a restaurant and your bill amounted to $180 and you want to give, usually when it's dinner, we usually give 20% tip. All right, so we want to give 20% tip to our server. Okay, so number over percent. Okay, so your total amount is 180. That's your 100%. And then you want to give 20% tip. All right, so you're going to do 180 times 20 divided by 100. All right, so 180 times 20 divided by 100. So that gives you 36. So $36 is your tip. Okay, so this is your tip. And now your new total is going to be, you will be paying for your $180 food, and you would also be giving the $36 tip. So now 180 plus 36, you would have to pay $216 total. All right, so I hope this helps, and send me an email if you have more questions about tax, tip, and discount. Till next time, bye-bye.